teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or
No.
I got some big tea. You messy and you mess.
Good.
I'm a little messy too, but this ain't about me. This not about me. This ain't about me. I know it's. I got lemons.
Clock.
How was you well? How was you well?
Be sure to smash that follow button on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
And wait 1 minute, okay? I'm not here to destroy nobody, bully nobody, or intimidate nobody. I'm just putting out the stuff that you put on social media publicly. All right, y'all. Enjoy this clip. What's up, everybody? Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Hey, Tori. Hey, Steph. Hey, Cupcake. Hey, Mel. What you laughing at, Mel? What's funny? What I miss? What's up, y'all? How everybody doing this evening? Double tap the screen. No, not double tap the screen. Hey, Nay. Hit the X button so your live chat can drop down so you can hit the thumbs up. You'll also find the share button in the same area. Sharing is caring. And guess what? It's absolutely free. It don't cost you a thing, but just a few seconds of your time. Mind your business, Nay. Mind your business. I just was about to say, can y'all hear me chewing? Can y'all hear me chewing? I just seen your comment on my other video. talking about crazy on here eating late night. So I'm grown. I could eat late night in my business. You want to know what I'm eating? Do you want to know what I'm eating? Since you're all in my business, let me get my beverage. Big thirsty. Ooh, big thirsty, baby. Big thirsty, baby. You heard me chewing stuff, but you ain't mind my business like Nate did. Nate decided she wanted to come over here and mind all of my business. She wanted to mind all of my business. Why she wanted to mind all of my business? I don't know. Why? She wanted to mind all of my business. Oh my gosh, should have pulled up a picture. I should have had a screenshot of a picture, y'all. I don't know why, but I was on one of my other pages today, and just Shalay popped up. She lost a lot of weight. You know how this ain't no shot at you, Shalay. So if you hear this, don't take it as one. You know when people first lose like a bunch of weight, they got that bobblehead going on, like their head look a little bit bigger than their body. Like that's how much weight she lost. But eventually it's gonna all come together. I said, okay, the body is given. I see you, girl. Do your biggest one, Shalay. Do that. Them teas must really was doing their thing. I'm eating DiGiorno stuffed crust. I should have screenshot the video. I was like, damn, Shalay. I see you, girl. Do that. So I don't know if her weight loss was from those teas she was taking, but if it is, you might want to go holler at her. It worked for her. She do. I said, okay. I ain't no hater. I may not fool with you, but I ain't no hater. I see her. I see it. She doing her thing. I need to be following suit. Instead of over here eating DiGiorno's pizza. Mm-hmm. I did have something I wanted to come on here and talk about. I don't know if you guys watched my clip that I posted. I had posted a clip covering a story with Peach McIntyre. It's from the tea and I eating that night. I couldn't breathe just now. I had to get my thoughts together. I posted a video of Peach McIntyre. I always feel like I'm saying her wrong name. Is it McIntyre or McKintrey? Is it McIntyre? Peach McIntyre? I'm just call her Peach. I posted a video about Peach. It was a situation with her children's school where her children were given these black plastic bags, like something you would get from like a convenience store, a corner store, just a black like a bag for your stuff to go in. They came home with a bag full of like non-perishable foods. It was like oodles and noodles in there, macaroni and cheese, crackers, oatmeal, like stuff like that. And when she got home, Peach asking the kids like, "Where did y'all get these bags from? Where did y'all get these bags from?" And she was like, the kids was like, "They gave it to us in school." She said, "So who all got the bag?" And she was like, "Me, I think her brother, and then it was one other student in the class that got it." She was like, she also was black. So 3 black students in the classroom received these bags from this program that was called Feeding Empty Little Tummies. So Peach like, why did y'all get these bags? I'm confused on why y'all got bags from an organization called Feeding Empty Little Tummies. And when she looked it up, it was an organization that said like it was supposed to be like a consent form filed. The parent would give consent and you would sign up to receive this item. And it rubbed her the wrong way when she found out it was just the 3 kids in the class. All 3 of the kids were black that received the bag and no one else. So she took the damn bags back up to the school as she should. But when I say Peach rung that school doorbell, and when they came on the buzzer, she was like, "I'm up here to return y'all damn food bags or something like that," she said. And she went in there and threw it on her, stuffed it in like it was like glass in a school. I don't know how to describe it. You ever been into like a convenience store and it's like bulletproof glass up and you won't have direct contact with the people? It's like a little slot you slide your money into. Well, this how the school was set up. That's a little bit alarming. I don't think it was like a little slot. She slid the bags and then told them to take their shit and don't do it again. Don't ever send her kids home with no daggone bags of food. So she sent the email to the kids' school. Hold on, y'all, because I want to read the email to y'all. She sent the email to the school and it said, "My name is Peaches McKintrey and I am the mother of Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, who are students at Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. I am writing you because Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy allowed an organization by the name of Feeding Empty Little Tummies to provide my 2 children 2 black bags of food yesterday, September 25th, 2025, without my consent and without my family ever expressing a need for food. I would like to know what made the staff of Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy choose to provide my children with these black bags of free food without my consent. I read Feeding Empty Little Tummies' mission statement, which reads, to pack and deliver meals for food-deprived children in our community, and I can assure you that my 2 children, Amazing Underwood and Gorgeous Underwood, are not those children. I also read on Feeding Empty Little Tummies website that parents must sign a consent form to receive their services, and I never have. So once again, I would like to know what made Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy decide to allow Feeding Empty Little Tummies to provide my 2 children Amazing and Gorgeous, who attend Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy with these free food items. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely, Peach McKentry. I'm like, that's a pretty straightforward email. It's to the point. It did not, she wasn't ignorant. She was clear about what she was trying to find out information on, gave the dates, broke down, even she visited the website, meaning she did her research trying to figure out what was going on. Well, instead of the administrator or whoever received this email just emailing her back, they decided to call her phone and set up an in-person meeting. Peach said, bet, I'm cool, pick a time, whatever time works for you, I'll be there, I'll make arrangements. So they picked the time. They told her 2 p.m. She said, all right, I'll be there. She goes up to the school, and when she got to the school, it was an armed officer, like a security officer, I guess, for the school, and it was some type of another attendant holding the door open, and then another lady, I guess, who was going to escort her into the building or whatever. And she like, what? She looking like, why are all these people out here? And I'm looking at I'm like, why they out here waiting for her at the front of the school for her to show up for a meeting? Like, I ain't never went up to my daughter's school with a scheduled meeting and it was a security guard and all that outside. I walk up to the building, ring the bell like you're supposed to. They buzz you in and you go about your business. But like to have security and stuff there, like as if you're expecting the situation to escalate, is mind blowing when you decided to schedule the in-person meeting. I sent you an email. They could have very well have just responded to the email, but it's given they didn't want to respond to the email and incriminate themselves with anything, possibly, or say anything that she could later, like use against them if something went left. I'm pretty sure they know that Peach has an online presence, and she don't play about her coins online or about her kids. So the lady told her that she wanted her to stop filming. And anybody that know Peach know that she record everything. She's even recorded different things at the school before, meetings and stuff like that was happening at the school that was of importance. Hey, Miss LaWanda. So I'm like, why couldn't she have recorded this situation? Like, why was it a no? So Peach said, if I can't record, then we're not going to have the meeting. So they decided not to have the meeting. So Peach has been on a tangent. She has been going off on social media, bringing awareness to the situation. Now, it also was another lady that ended up making a video saying that her daughter was the third daughter. Her daughter was the third child in the class that received the bag of food. Now, get this, to add insult to injury, they're supposed to provide this bag of food that they give to these children that are supposed to be chosen by people, from the people that apply for it. They're supposed to get these in like a backpack, so it's kind of discreet. People don't know what it is. They gave it to them in a black plastic bag, like they picked it up from a store and just said, throw it in the bag and gave it to them. Their mission statement says that they give it to them in a backpack. They're supposed to get like a school backpack with the items in it. They give it out to the children on Fridays because these children may not have food to eat over the weekend. So the food that they give them is supposed to help them to get through the weekend until they could get back to school Monday, where they get breakfast and lunch. However, Peach kids don't get free breakfast and lunch. Peach loads up money on her kids' school accounts for them to purchase breakfast and lunch with money. So they're not even eating free lunch and breakfast at school. So why would they be the ones that was chosen randomly to receive the thing? Now, I overheard someone giving commentary, and someone suggested that Peach asked for this service. And at first I was like, no. In my clip, I'm like, no, she didn't ask for the service. She said she don't remember filling out the form. However, I'm wondering, thank you, Miss LaWanda, I'm wondering if this is maybe kickback possibly from Peach has had, hey, Missy, Peach has received, Peach has had CPS called on her several times. Some people believe that she's calling CPS on herself. I don't know that to be true. From what I know, CPS has been called on Peach, and she always documents it when it happens, for the most part. And every time not every time, but I know the last time for sure when CPS was called on her, they offer her services. And I know the one time she declined it. Another time she accepted the free daycare and some other types of resources. So I'm wondering if I can't remember if the last time when CPS was called on her, whether she accepted or not. But I think she's in a whole different district. I think she's in a whole different district now from what she was in before. I could be wrong because I don't watch her. I don't watch her like all the time. I normally just catch stuff when things happen. But I wonder if maybe this was a kickback from her telling CPS she would like certain services, and maybe by her checking these boxes off, it automatically threw her into something. But if that's the case, why wouldn't the lady just say that in an email? Hey, when happened, you were automatically entered into this yada yada yada, and this is why your kids were picked. Like, if that's the case, why wasn't it that simple? Why wasn't it that simple? And then someone else said something that didn't make any sense to me. They was like, of course they had security and stuff waiting on her. You went up there acting like a mad black woman, slamming the food on the counter. You know, you had them people behind, they were behind a glass. She couldn't get to them, scared for their life. I'm like, if that was the case, if they were afraid and scared for their life, why set up an in-person meeting? Why not just respond to the email? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. So I'm like trying to play devil's advocate. You know how I do, because I'm like, I would hate for this to be like a situation where she's being discriminated against, like they're being racially profiled. But then, like, even with me trying to figure out if that's the case, how does that answer for the other lady? Because I mean, I don't know any history of the other lady, but I went through her page a little bit, and I know you can't really tell from her page if she got anything going on, but wouldn't it be crazy, like, if that lady was also having CPS issues, and that's how her daughter ended up getting it? But she made a video, and I want y'all to listen to the video that she made. Hold on, let me see. Is it in this phone? She made a video, and I want y'all to listen to what the lady said, because she ended up contacting the school. She didn't go back up to the school, but she ended up contacting the school to ask them how her kids was picked out of this lineup. What's up? So hold on. So, and this was what she said the school said.
We were told that they were randomly given into each due to the side. Let's stick to what's happening. Her kids were racially profiled, point blank, period. Her asking that question, well, who else received it? Oh, one other little girl that was black. Did you take them back? Update. We were told that they were randomly given it to us. So this is what I asked. Who randomly picked them? Who randomly picked them to give them to them? How long have you all been living here? Who randomly decided to give my child a pink backpack full of bullshit and Miss McIntyre children? Black bags full of bullshit.
No, that's her audio.
Just go to the pit house when y'all think about this one, all right?
If it sound like do it still sound like that stuff? Were y'all able to hear the audio? Let me know if y'all were able to hear the audio. If not, I will paraphrase what she said. So I think it was the video that was, because her video, she had music playing in the background of it, and I removed the music, and so it got most of the music, but you still heard like a little bit of it was like a little bit of residual still like in the background. So that might have been what you were hearing stuff. But she said she asked them how her daughter ended up getting the bag, how they were picked. She said they were randomly picked. So that axes out me thinking whether this was a situation that stemmed from maybe an old CPS case with Peach. They were randomly selected. Who randomly selected 3 kids to get this stuff? And I don't know if they were the only 3 kids in the whole school to receive it, but they were the only 3 kids in their entire classroom to get it. And all 3 so happened to be black. Now, my question is, did anyone else in the school get it? And if so, who? What were their races? But if it was just this classroom, my question You still hearing it? Does anybody else hear what Steph is talking about? I guess none of the other people in here want to write in the chat. Do you still hear it, Steph? Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Sitting in silence be awkward, waiting for a comment to come up. Yes, you hear crackling, Mel? It was breaking up real bad while I was talking. Is it still bad? Okay. Well, in short, the lady asked the school, why did her child receive it? She said that the children were picked randomly. And then the mom asked, well, who randomly picked the children? Like, how did my child get picked for this food? So all 3 kids that were black in the same classroom all got picked to randomly receive a bag of non-perishable food for their empty little tummies. I would be pissed as a mother. I'm listening but cleaning and dog sitting. I would be pissed as a mother. A lot of people was like, oh, why are you making a big deal out of it? Just give it to somebody who needs it. And Peach was like, well, if I give it to somebody who needs it, that means I'm doing their job. And it still does not answer the question of how were my children randomly picked for something that on their website says I had to give consent for. Me or their father would have had to give consent for them to receive this free food. And if I didn't give consent, who decided that my children were the ones that needed help feeding their alleged empty little tummies? And I'm just like, the fact, if it would have been like the whole class that got it, that would have been one thing. But the fact that it was just those 3 children is alarming. So I'm a little bit confused by why people are trying to brush that under the rug. Now, the school that the kids attend is predominantly white. It's less than 3% black children in the school. And I'm just looking at the situation as a whole. And I asked earlier, like, take your feelings out of the situation about you not liking Peach and feeling some type of way about her content. If this was you and your child in this situation, how would you feel? Would you be bothered? Would you feel? I'm like, I was upset watching the content. It has to be people that have never been discriminated against. No, these people are just people that don't like Peach. It's people that it be, you know how like the stuff that happens on this side of the social media, you know, with the May stuff, with the Connie stuff, Jack stuff, my stuff. Anybody who you've watched and you've seen people just hate because of who they are or who they are associated with or maybe their opinion. Like, it doesn't just happen over here. It happens across social media. It's all over the place. And this is just a repeat of that same thing. We don't like you, so we're not gonna make it make sense. We're gonna make an excuse about it. We're gonna make you the problem. We're gonna make it seem like you doing too much, because why not just sit down and shut up and get over it because of who she is? And I'm like, y'all missing the bigger picture, but it's not that y'all missing it because y'all don't get it. Most people are missing it because they don't care to get it because of who the situation is attached to, which to me always blows my mind. Even though I know it happens, it still blows my mind because these are adults. Like, it's not children that I am watch act this way on social media. It is grown behind women. I mean, grown women with kids that are probably old that are probably in college, grown women who are my age, late 30s, early 40s, later than that, 50, 60, 70-year-old people that are talking like this simply because they have chose not to like someone. And I'm like, there's no way in the world that ever should have happened. And me as a teacher, I'm wondering if I was in that situation and somebody, the school called me or the principal called me or whatever, hey, it's some bags down here we're going to give to da 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 da. Oh, what are these? Da, da, da. How did it, was this a program that I missed? Oh no, they were randomly selected. And when I looked at the name and I seen it was 3 black girls, just 3 black girls in my class, me as a person, I would hope I would have said, well, how did these 3 girls get picked? I mean, I think it was 2 girls and a boy. How did these 3 individuals who are all African American get picked for this if this wasn't something they signed up for? Would have been my question. Now, if the teacher would have told me to the principal would have told me to mind my business or something like that, I then would have probably said, well, I'm going to hold these. It's non-perishable anyway. I'm going to contact the parents and I'm going to see if it's okay for them to have it. I hope that I'm that type of teacher, that I would have questioned their actions and made them think about the choice that they made, because with me thinking and with a clear, it just does not look right. And it's like, we in 2025. You know what I mean? While I can't take these opinions seriously because they're not valid, because how can you not see something wrong with you choosing the only black kids to pass out charity to? Right, like, Peach is legit, just legit turned up her son's school parking spot because he's a senior now, I think. And I guess in Florida, I didn't do it when I was in school. I don't know if anybody else has done this, but they decorate their parking spot. Her son got his license, he got a car, and they are able to decorate their parking spot, like design it up to customize it just for them. She just turned up his parking spot in school. They got homecoming coming up. She got him at the shop. She ain't just go in the store and buy a suit out of a pack and throw it on him. He in there getting it tailored to fit, all kinds of stuff. So I'm just like, why would you think that? I don't know. Like, when y'all chose them, what criteria did you use to pick these 3 kids? Because when I looked, based on what I read about the school, it's a school that offers free and reduced lunch if you qualify for it, from my understanding. If she didn't qualify for the free or reduced lunch, now I know with saying that sometimes it be people in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make too much money to qualify for the reduced, but I don't make enough money that I can keep affording to send them money to school. I know that happens. People are stuck in the middle all the time. However, y'all have access to these kids' accounts. You can tell whether these kids are coming to school and not ever and scrounging, not eating breakfast or skipping out on lunch. You can see that. Y'all have access to their lunch. The lunch people know who in there eating and who not. Why wouldn't you have picked someone that qualified for the free breakfast and lunch program from your school? Why wouldn't that have been the first thing you went to, was the list of people who qualify for free lunch, or maybe someone who just barely missed the marker to get the discounted rate for breakfast and lunch? Because you be having parents like that will come like, oh my goodness, I just missed it. Is there anything else? Like, I just don't understand like the thought process behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if I was Peach, I would be just as I would be just as mad. I would be just as mad. Right. Shit like this pisses me off. I have a strong passion, especially with children being right. I don't like that. And then they were by themselves at school. The kids don't know what's going on. They just taking this bag and like, whatever. I can't imagine how they felt. Like, why only us 3 got it? And they're small. So I'm like, wondering if they was like, well, why only 3 of us got it? Because the little girl was smart enough to say, only just me and one other girl in my class that was black got it. So I'm wondering what will come of this. I'm wondering, like, because Peach has a really big following. I myself went over to the school page and wrote in their comments asking them about the situation with the kids. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went over there, wrote in their comments, and the first time I wrote in their comments, they deleted my comment. When I went, because somebody responded to it, and then I couldn't find the comment with the response after like another person responded to it was like, yeah, that's a good question. I want to know too. I'm like, well, where'd my question go? So I wrote it again. So y'all see my stuff. Y'all see my question. Y'all just chose to delete it because y'all trying to make sure other people don't see it. But I was surprised that when I went over there, I was a little surprised that when I went over there, not one other person had been over there on their page to ask any kind of questions. I wouldn't blame the organization because it sounds like they offer the service to the school, likely like, hey, we offer this service. If you have any children, this is the amount of bags that we could donate to the school. Do you have any students that you could that could fill out the form that would qualify? The school then chose these individuals, it sounds like, and what for whatever reason, this is the individuals they chose. And it just looks really, really, really bad. It just looks really bad, like in my opinion. Nothing about that looks good. And I'm just waiting to see like what will come of that. Like what will come of that. I would be pissed. I would truly be pissed. Like I can't imagine like how upset I would be if that were to happen to like my daughter. She was to come home with something and I find out, oh, it was just her that got it. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? You know what I realized? I think all the time I was dropping that link before, was y'all seeing the link in the comments? Because I think I was only dropping it in my studio. That's crazy. I think I was only dropping that link before in where I could see it. I don't think y'all could see it when I was dropping it before. But I dropped the link just in case anybody would come up to give their 2 cents about the story that I just relayed. That was pretty much what I wanted to talk about. And it's just crazy how racial profiling is still happening in 2025. Like that is a thing. Like that is still a thing. You would think that with all the things that we've went through in this country, that we would have gotten somewhere by now. But I feel like we haven't gotten nowhere. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like we have gotten nowhere as a people, as a whole, with moving forward about things like this. It is really, really sad. Like, it's truly sad. It's truly sad that these things are still happening, man. Y'all laughing at me? Y'all ain't tell me y'all couldn't see the link when I was dropping it in the comments last time. Ain't nobody say I don't see no link. Cause y'all don't be fooling with me like that. So ha ha he whatever. Oh, he getting ready for his homecoming. Oh, that's tonight? Okay. Got his hair done. Putting them cufflinks on. I see you, young man. I see you. But I'm hoping to see, I'm going to continue to follow that story to see if anything comes from it, because, and then some people was like, sometimes, first of all, I thought the school that they went to was I thought she paid a tuition for the school. This whole time I thought it was like a private school. And then when I went and found out about the situation, I found out, oh, it is a public school. It's a public charter school. So she doesn't pay tuition. I'm thinking she paid tuition because of the uniform and stuff that they wore in the title of it. It just gave like private school. Or whatever. So I don't know. I'm wondering if other mothers are going to get behind her. Sorry, Autumn having a meltdown going to bed. All right, love. I'm just like, I wonder if other mothers are going to rally behind her, because it's not just Peach. I'm wondering if the other lady is going to make a big deal out of it, or is she just going to let it go? Like, I'm wondering, like, is she just going to let it ride? Like, it is what it is. It happened. We're going to move forward. Because that wouldn't sit right with me. Because if y'all just singling my kids out, just thinking they hungry and can't eat on the weekends, what else are you thinking? What else are you doing to my children? What else are you, like, chit-chatting with behind my kids' back, possibly, or my family's back? And can I trust that my kid can attend this school and be safe? I would have all kinds of questions. I might take it as far as pulling my kid from the school, depending on the response to why my kids were singled out. She said, so the doctors, lawyers, children be going to that school. Not me. Oh, okay, got you, Tori. Did she? I feel like that sound kind of familiar. I feel like that said. I guess that's why I thought it was. I feel like I feel like I remember her saying something like that too. So I thought it was like a, you know what I'm saying, like something exclusive. Maybe that was their other school, cause I think her son goes to this school too, cause this school goes to from K to 12. I think her son goes to this school too. Maybe that was the school they went to before they moved, cause you know she just moved. Maybe that was the school they attended last year. Was it this school? Cause even looking it up, that the school that they go to is not even like a good school. It's schools that have lower poverty rates than that school, and that school is considered like a low poverty ranking that has kids with higher test scores. So the school ain't what I thought it was, not based on what I picked up from, looking into this story. And I feel like I agree with you. Like I remember Peach. Maybe I don't know if I thought it was this school, but now I'm doubting it because if that's what I found out, why she made it seem like it was all that in a bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? It looked decent, like the outside and everything, the way that the classrooms is set up. But when I was reading, this schools that's outbeating them in test scores and stuff. I don't understand how the school could not see why there was a problem with doing charity to the only black kid. Right. It's no way. The only way they couldn't is if they if they them people. If they I learned something today. This is skipping around because we're talking about race. And I hate to get political. I don't want to get political or not like that. But my son came over today, and when I tell y'all my son be teaching me stuff that I don't be knowing, I feel like every time we sit and talk, I learn something new. And I love that for me. I love that for him, that he be able to put me on. Because y'all know the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and I'm not gonna go into deep details about it or whatever and get all whatever. I didn't post nothing. I wasn't gonna post nothing, because I feel like I'm not finna celebrate a man's passing. That's just how I felt. However, I also didn't know a lot about him because I never even knew some of the things that he was into until after he passed. Because I had seen him a few times, but I only seen him like debating topics that had to do with people wanting to be a different sex than they were born as. So I didn't even know he covered other topics. And so my son put me on today about a lot of different things that I didn't know about because I wasn't gonna go find out myself. And I haven't went to go look, but I trust my son's word and what he said, because he said he had been watching Charlie Kirk for a while. And he broke some stuff down to me on why some people feel the way they feel and view him the way they view him and were so outspoken. And I was like, damn, I ain't know none of that was going on. Maybe it was an old video. Possibly, I don't know. Somebody said, is it called a magnet school? They wear uniforms. No, it's called Lakewood. It's called Lakewood Preparatory Academy. Lakewood Preparatory Academy. Lakewood Preparatory Academy. And I'm like, Preparatory Academy. I'm thinking, okay, she got her kids in some official tissue. She paying a tuition to that joint. Ain't no joke. The name gave fancy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when I looked up the whole name, it's Lakewood Preparatory Academy Charter School. It's a charter school. I definitely would feel like my kids were being singled out. Right, LaWanda? Whether it was 3 black kids, 3 white kids, 3 Puerto Rican kids, 3 Indian kids, 3 Muslim kids, 3 that's it. We have a classroom full of kids, and I don't know, let's say it was 20 kids in the classroom. And out of these 20 kids, y'all pick 3 kids that have the same thing in common and just so happened to be their skin color? Come on now. Yeah, the prep academies are magnet schools. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Hey, Mimi, and one and the only. Thank you, Miss Lawanda. So I don't know. I didn't get preparatory academy. When I read preparatory academy, I did not equate that to public school. Like our schools out here is not called preparatory academy. It's called they just say charter school. It'll say charter school. Charter school. I'm trying to think. A school that was taken over. That turned into a charter school. Out here. But they just added charter school onto the end of the name, and that's how it became, you know, it offered, different type of academics and stuff like that alongside the standard curriculum and things like that. But so I guess I didn't know that because I'm not from that area. We do it a little bit different over here. Yes. Yeah. Girl, you don't have to bend down. They can't see you. Yeah. Oh my God. But that's pretty much what I wanted to come on here and point out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about before getting off the live. Um, it was that I think that was pretty much all that I covered. I did just post a couple of other videos, but I don't know a lot of details about that story to talk about that. Oh, I wanted to talk about Darius Cooks real quick. So I put up a clip about Darius Cooks. Y'all know that he went over to Bali. He opened up his restaurant is now open. It's called Hip Hop and Soul Bali's Hip Hop and Soul, I think. He opened up a soul food restaurant in Bali. Okay. But a young lady went there the other day and had his food. He done came back to Houston. He said he is homesick over there. He stayed there, I think, for almost a year. And he homesick over there, so he came back home. But the restaurant just opened. It hasn't even had its grand opening yet. And when he said he was coming back, I thought it was a bad idea. But he a grown man, you could do what you want to do. And while he was back at home, somebody went to go try the food, and they reviewed the food in a private setting, a private group. And the food was not it. Instead of Darius just taking her complaint, addressing his staff, fixing it, and offering to correct it, offering an apology or whatever, he went on his Instagram and he accused her of having a motive. I'm like, now why couldn't you just? Because I'm like, oh, when he posted it, I was like, oh, he handled that very well. Okay, he didn't do it the old Darius way. Spoke too soon. Found out he did an Instagram live and cut up on the lady. Went in. And I'm just like, damn, Darius, like you went in whole time. Your restaurant was in the wrong and the food was trash that night. And I'm just like, you already get a lot of negative feedback about you over here in the Americas, in the United States. You in Bali now, just opened up a restaurant, haven't even had your grand opening, and you already have bad press. Mind you, this girl is a part of a group called Black in Bali or something like that. So, and there's a lot of people in that group. So I'm feeling like probably the whole community of Black people was in this group, and then they see that how you handled the situation. And I'm just like, I don't know how much influence that one group has on our people over in Bali. I mean, but you created that restaurant. It was for tourists. It's not for locals. They not coming to eat that food. Now, I mean, some people may come try it and might end up liking it, but your food is not their food. It's so far from it. They don't even carry a lot of the different things over there to create some of the meals that you prepare. Like, You had to legit teach the staff how to make certain things because it's just not customary for them. It's completely out of their realm of culinary. You had to break it all the way down. So when you created what you created, it wasn't for the people, it was for tourists. And I'm like, if you already putting a bad taste in probably one of the biggest groups for our people, for tourists, because a lot of people join the group to get inside advice because there are people that live over there. And I went into the group, actually joined it, and I already seen somebody ask in the group, have anybody tried hip hop soul yet? And they in there like, if I was you, if you know like I know, you wouldn't step foot in there. You already getting bad press. If you cutting the people off that you need for you to turn a profit, how long do you think the restaurant gonna stay open? I hope that it stays open and it flourishes because I want to eventually go try the restaurant out. But the way he's starting things off, it don't look like it's gonna be there long. I'm just like, what do you do? Word travel fast on the internet, and you know, as Black people, we love to look for a good social media group, a good TikTok to see what's popping. And if this is what's circulating about you before you even have your grand opening, I feel like he's setting himself up for failure. And that's not what I wish on him at all. I want him to be successful, but why does everything have to be like a messy thing? Why don't you conduct yourself like the businessman you should be? Even if that's how you felt. This is social media. Even if you on Instagram, it's always somebody watching you and you know that. So why put yourself in a position or a predicament where you could say something that's going to rub the people the wrong way, and then on top of that, you're loud and you're wrong because the food was trash that night. Because guess what? The very people you keep bigging up, the very people you talking about their work ethic and they listen and they follow through and they this and they that and they this, they messed up. Because you know why? You left. While you were there, they was A1 on their game, following your lead and your instruction. But the moment you left, it was like, when the cat is away, the mouse will play. They said, I don't know what kind of recipes this man put together, but this is not how we do things, so we're going to do it the way that I want to do it. And that's what they did, and they messed up the whole shebang. Macaroni and cheese was trash and dry. No sauce on the chicken, no taste. Good thing that whoever did the cornbread stuck to the tea, because she said that cornbread was the best cornbread she ever had in her life. But your staff messed up. And then later on, you find out they messed up, and you come on here and you like, I'm going to correct it. I'm going to offer her this. I'm going to offer her that. I don't want it at that point. You done dog me out. I don't want your apology and your generosity. I don't want your free meal or your correction. You could keep it. But I'm just like, you could have humbled yourself in this situation. Just let it roll off your back, even if you felt that way. And you know what that would have done for you? If you would have just said, oh, just not said nothing. Oh, it was our mistake. Reached out, tried to correct it. Da 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 da. You know what that could have done for you, because regardless if it's you own the restaurant, your face is on it. That's what everybody know. When we think of hip hop soul, we think of Darius Cooks. We not thinking, oh, Darius Cooks ain't the owner. He just invested. No, you are hip hop soul. You're hip hop soul. That's what people think. And so if you would have just kept it chill, did your investigation, found out they messed up, offer her to do, you probably would have turned over the way people viewed you and increased the amount of people, probably changed a few minds that already was like, I'm not supporting you because of all the negativity around you. Oh, I like how he handled it. I'm going to go give him a play. Because maybe it's not what I think. Maybe he is, maybe what I thought of him, I was wrong. Or maybe he doing things different. And, maybe I shouldn't judge him by that. Because people will give you a try just off of your customer service and how you handle things. And I'm like, you dropped the ball in that situation. You had an ample opportunity to do some good. And you dropped the ball. And your staff was wrong. Why are you bigging them up about how they work and you wish you could bring them here? And if you could bring them here, how much success you would have, because you would have these issues and that issues and these issues. And you had exactly that issue. They decided your recipes was wrong. Their way was right. And they put you in a situation where somebody went in there who was actually excited because she reached out to him expressing how she heard him do like this open mic or poetry thing. And even with all the naysayers about him, she still was rocking and rolling and looked forward to trying him out. And that's exactly what she did. And then you made her look like a fool by bypassing what other people had to say about you, who she sat with. You made her look like a fool because she said, nah, I'm gonna give him a try. Maybe, people caught him on a bad day and this is that and the third. She went and gave him a try only for her to make her look like a fool. Only for you to make her look like a fool. Come on, Darius. You ain't always gotta be a girl. You ain't always gotta act like the drama queen. And that's what you'd be like. I don't know. I feel like when he was heavier set, Darius, and he didn't have as much money, Darius, I feel like he was a lot more humble. I feel like he got some money, lost that weight, got them teeth fixed, and he turned into a whole different person, which is insane. Which is freaking insane, man. And I want to see my people win. But I'm just like, when I seen him handle that situation, I was so proud of him. And then when I found out he did the Instagram and popped his stuff, I just was like, Darius, you ain't even had a grand opening yet. You only had a soft opening. What are you doing? You done poured all this money into this place, and that's how you approach it? You ain't learned nothing from the Bali people. You ain't learned nothing from the Indonesian people on how to handle yourself at all. At all. You still acting like Darius from Atlanta. Or Houston. Because I don't know when he got branded, whether it was Atlanta or Houston. Darius. And again, I want to see him turn this place up because it looks like he put a lot of thought and effort into it. And the menu sounds like the food could potentially be amazing. I've never had his food. I hear his food is good. I don't heard compared to, even with all his hate that he get, with the amount of people that has attended his Dining with Darius Cooks, I think I've only seen like 2 or 3 bad reviews out of the probably thousands of people that ate his food. He had rave reviews for the most part when he did the event in Florida until they got in his way. He was rocking and rolling and turning them plates out. And so I'm like, I want to go. I want to try his food. It sounds like it's amazing. I want to give my own opinion. I don't want to hear what the haters got to say. I want to see like the people who already formulated opinion for whatever reason they're personally invested. I want to see for myself. But I hope it's still there by the time I could go. That's what people need to understand in the business. One guest could make or break you because you don't know what influence they have or who they know. Right. And I'm like, and he know that. Okay. He knows that though. Like with being in the industry, with doing what he doing, with being a part of social media, he knows it because his people was like that. His people could shut you down. He knows. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. He let me down. And then another thing is this. He's also starting, he came back home to do his thing with doing day parties. He went to school for music. He taught himself how to DJ and do mixes and stuff. So he started something in Bali and he came over here and he wanted to try to see if he could make a bag over here with it. And he's going to do day parties. They are about, I think, 3.5 hours long. It's going to have open buffet, play R&B. And I don't know if when he said you ain't never heard of that, if he meant over in Bali or if he meant over here. But I'm hoping he didn't mean over here because day parties with R&B is old. That's been a thing. Day parties with playing R&B or hip hop or Caribbean or it's a thing. It's a whole thing. Freaking Plaza right now is having going on like a day party tour. And people are accusing him of scamming because of his prices. Now his prices is price and whatever, okay? He is charging $199 for his day party tickets. Now on average, I think the most I've seen a day party ticket cost is $75. Normally they like $35, $40. I think I've seen them $75, maybe $100. I'm not positive. I'm for sure about $75, maybe $100. But I'm like $199, and all those come with open buffet until the food is going. So I'm like, well, why is his going to be $199? Maybe he's going to be offering some type of aesthetic that doesn't normally come along with the day party. But I'm like, it has to be a hell of an aesthetic because Plus throwing day parties, his tickets is $35 a pop, come with a buffet, and you could bring your own bottle, I think. And he Plus. He a celebrity. Darius not a celebrity. Not outside the internet. So I said $199. Goodness. But I said, but maybe the aesthetics finna be over the top. Maybe it's finna be a time. You know what I'm saying? I know he said he wanted to have somebody there painting, doing a live painting. So I guess it's gonna be like upscale luxury is what I'm thinking. And I hope that upscale luxury gonna go along with the 199. Not that it matter because I won't be attending. But so I guess I should mind my business. But people are wondering, is he scamming, trying to get over on his supporters by charging $199? I'm trying to think if I was a support, probably not. Nope, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. No. I would say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and support you from afar. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and support you from down here, man. Go ahead and pop your thing. If he goes, and I hope he sells out and make his coins, like, and I hope it be a beautiful experience. But when I was looking around and searching and comparing prices, I'm like, 199. That sound a bit crazy for a day party with a buffet. Cause you gonna have somebody painting a picture. I just Later, Miss Lawanda. Ooh, I don't know. People was calling him a scammer, bimmer. I wouldn't go that far because his price is his price. People could choose to pay or choose not to pay. I don't feel like somebody's telling you up front what the price is and what he's giving you is a scam. It's up to you whether you think that it is worth it to you. Because your price is your price. Some people think my cakes are too expensive. But baby, when you add up them flour, eggs, milk, and sugar, it add up. It add up. Heck no, he ain't nobody but a man who cooks on the internet. Oh, Steph, don't do my man. Don't do Darius like that. Darius out here is a millionaire out here in these streets. What you talking about, sis? He's somebody. He just ain't not a celebrity out in the public, like that online. He getting at a bag and he got he got the coins going, but 199. Nah. 199? Are you out of your mind? It's not a scam, but he's crazy. I wonder why people always go to like the word scam. Why is that the word? Like, if I'm having an event and I'm telling you what it costs, and when you get there, and you choose to pay it, that's not a scam. If you get there, it's a day party, it got music, somebody painting, and I got an open buffet. You got exactly what you paid for. I call a scam something when you blindsided by what you thought you was going to pay or something like that. It's not up front. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people just call everything a scam or whatever. You can have all the money in the world and still need to be humble. Facts. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Well, that's my time for the night, you guys. I'm over it. I'm tired. Trying to keep my eyes open. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to speak about. I talked about the Darius Cooks thing. I talked about the peach thing. I think that was it. Oh, what do y'all think about me doing a segment with my husband? I'm thinking about doing a segment with my husband. Like, if I could come up with some type of dialogue talk. I feel like I've presented this before to you guys, but I'm thinking about maybe having a segment with him. I don't know if it'll be live or we will pre-record it. Live will probably be easier because it wouldn't be no thought process. We would just hit the button, it would be posted, and that would be that. But I'm thinking about maybe trying to do something with my husband, doing a segment with my husband. Now, if you get there and it's one plate of food, then he's right. If you get there and you got one kebab, one drink, then yeah, he scammed you because he has a limited amount of tickets. He's not selling unlimited. He said it'll be 100 tickets. It's going to be a buffet, and this is that and the third. So you should be able to get there and get your fill since he knows exactly how many people going to be there. He should be able to provide enough food, finger foods or whatever it's going to be, that you could go on and make you a plate and nibble here and nibble there and nibble here. You know what I'm saying? It would be interesting. I had talked to him today, telling him about a particular situation, and I had thought about us having an open dialogue. I'm gonna see. I'ma see, cause he don't know how to act. I'm like, you come on here and he just be saying anything out his mouth, and then I be having to hear about it for a year, 2 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't have no pause. But I think it could be an interesting dynamic, getting a male and a female perspective on different topics and stuff like that. I just gotta see how I could put it together. I'm gonna see how I could run it together. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, you guys. Thank you for those who tuned in. If you catch the replay, #replay in the comments. I would love to know that you were here. And we're out. Good night, guys. Ooh.
Teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal.
I got some big tea.
You messy and you I'm a little messy too, but this ain't about me. This not about me. This ain't about me. I know it's